Friends, we are doing Tabletop Recall. This is our monthly show where we talk about games that we played in the previous month. So it is April 7th right now, and we're looking back at games we played in March. And if you'd like to participate again, join our Discord, and I'll get the highlight some of the games that you've played as well. But we're going to start with Banz because she's our special guest today. We're going to we're going to do a top 10. So it's basically Banz's top 5 and my top 5. And I think without further ado, let's get to the games, shall we? And Banz, what do you got for us at number 5?
At number 5 is the second game I played at Dice Tower West on day 1, and it
Oh,
is the newer edition of El Grande.
El
Now,
Grande.
Real,
Nice.
have you ever played El Grande before?
Yes, so I'm glad you asked, Banz, because I love El Grande. I didn't play this until just last year. This 20-year-old game, for the first time I finally got to play it. I fell in love with it instantly.
And have so you since last year, have you played the original edition?
I have not. How is it
Okay.
very different than the new one?
It is not. It is basically the same exact game,
Okay.
but the tower has a new mechanism where you can pull a lever for the cubes to slide out instead of you dumping the tower over. So it
Yes.
has a smoother tower system, which is just for funsies. You know, you don't need that.
Uh-huh.
And the board has a different color palette, but the layout is still the same and the gameplay is still the same. I
Oh,
believe the art is a little bit more upgraded.
yeah.
It
Okay.
still keeps the style of the older edition, which I appreciate. I don't mind the older edition. It's just that one went out of print. And
Yeah.
so they just, they reprinted it, probably a completely different publisher. And so they just made it a little bit more updated. I really enjoy this game. I don't own it. I
Oh,
wish I did.
yeah.
But also, since it's now out and about, I'm not in a rush to get it.
Yeah, and if you ever need a copy, I have this copy that we're watching on screen right now. This is actually me and my buddy Daryl. We do an on the clock series every now and then where we play games as fast as we can. We played El Grande in under 30 minutes. You can see we have a timer there. We each get 15 minutes. If we run out of time, it's like a speed chess. If we run out of time, we automatically lose. But um, silly little thing that we do. But yeah, El Grande, I absolutely love this game. Area control, the different action selection mechanisms they can do, so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. One thing I am glad that they did, Bonds, in the new edition, got rid of that creepy guy on the cover of the box. Like, I don't know, that guy creeped me out.
I don't remember. I'm a Euro gamer.
Yeah.
So I have to deal with a lot of creepy guys on boxes.
You're used to it.
I'm used to this. I don't even remember that one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was, I don't know, just yeah, I think one of many creepy guys in the Euros. So
Okay, okay.
yeah. So how was your game at
Oh,
Dice Tower West? How'd it go?
so we played at max player count, which is 5, I believe.
Oh, nice.
And it was a lot of fun. Someone just blew everyone else out of the water. And I don't even know if I got last. I can't remember, but it's like you're learning how mechanics work with this type of game
Yeah.
because it's so simple. There's hardly any rules, but you have to understand how to do well, that if you don't do well, you're not going to win
Yep. Yeah.
and you're not going to do well. It has some, there is territory. I don't like quote territorial games.
Yeah.
This one has a different type of feel to it because you're literally just playing a card and placing meeples. And
Yep.
then you draft a card and you play a card and you play some meeples. And whoever has the most powerful number gets to go first.
Hmm.
And they can kind of swing the game based on what moves they make. And you also have these little I if I remember correctly, I think they're donkeys,
Yes.
and they can do certain things for you, but you only have one. And you also have a place where next to it is the only place you can place meeples. Do you remember what it's called?
Oh, shoot.
It's like a tower or something. Like there's something that you
The
put on the board that
yes.
claims, okay, you can only place meeples around here.
Yeah.
So
The
just
king.
because there's the king, okay,
Yep.
just because there's an entire map out there doesn't mean you are lost and you don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
No, you have a rule set. If there's a king on one piece of land, you can only surround the king. You can't even place your meeples where the king is.
Right. Yeah.
So that gives you some direction if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's very it's just very good to train your mind to become sharper and understand how some mechanics work. That's why I love this game.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful point, Bonds. Like, it does give you that rule set, but it's very limiting as well. So you don't have to think about the entire map. You're just looking at where the king is and where you need to place your meeples. And I
Yes.
really like the action selection every round. So you have to pick one of the cards, right? It's not like you have 1,000 actions. No, the cards show you exactly where you're going to do this turn or this round with your opponents. And yeah, like an experienced player will always beat a newbie, right? But as you learn the game, you definitely get better the more you play this game.
hmm
Yeah.
And
So,
I've played about 3 times. That was my first time playing the new edition,
uh-huh.
and I'm still, I just don't do well, but I still really enjoy it. It's
Yeah,
not always about winning when it comes to some board games, so.
exactly. Yeah. If it
Notice I
was
said some board games.
somewhere. Yeah. And that's I think a mark of a great game. Like even if you don't win, you're still enjoying it. It's not like, oh, that sucked or whatever. No, it's a
Mhm.
really good experience. And for an area control game or like a territorial game, I feel like it doesn't feel as mean as some other ones, right? Because like you said, you're just placing
No.
meeples where they tell you it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go attack this person.
No, there's certain cards that have some abilities that, you move other meeples, but usually people are moving other meeples to benefit themselves. They're not doing it to, like, hate
Exactly.
draft or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Mhm.
Great point. Great call, Boz. Yeah, El Grande, folks. If you haven't played it, be sure to check that one. I really enjoyed that one. So good call, Bonds. Let's move on to my number 5 now. And again, we record this live on Twitch for those of you on YouTube later in the future. Be sure to join me and guests such as Bonds live by clicking the links below. You'll find out where and when I stream and whatnot. But we're going to move on to number 5 for the games played in March 2025. This one is a new to me game. I've had it on my shelf for a little while, so this is a shelf for opportunity game or shelf of shame. This is from Restoration Games. I love the Unmatched games, and I've never played the cooperative version, Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze, and that's what made it to my number 5 list.
Ooh.
Yeah, very interesting because I didn't think this would be my jam. It was totally my jam. It was so good. Maybe because I played it solo. I don't know how it would be like with the other players.
Okay, I
Yeah.
have only played this game solo.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, and
Yeah, it
how
was
did you
so
like it?
fun,
Yeah, right? I think it's
and I love the art.
yes. That's the number one thing I want to point out. Just the artwork. It's unmatched, folks. So it's always going to be quality artwork, quality components, and it's still unmatched. You have a couple of characters, and you're moving, and then you're fighting, and you're hoping to be the last one standing. But in this version, you have like a big boss monster basically, and their minions, and you try to travel around the board doing the same things. And they do have a couple of different twists here, like the ongoing track at the top there that's going to level up the characters and so forth. But besides that, it's still the great Unmatched. If you've enjoyed the game in the past as a competitive game, I highly recommend giving this cooperative version a shot. Just like Bonds and I said, try it solo. You don't have to, if you don't cooperate well, that's fine. Play by yourself and see if you can beat beat the monster, right? I think it's a wonderful game. It really, right off the bat, I was like, yeah, this is my jam. And that's our number 5, Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze.
One thing, real, I
Yeah.
know, have you played other Unmatched, often?
Um, I wouldn't say often. I mean, I've played a bunch of the different sets, but I wouldn't call myself a hardcore unmatched player. No.
Okay, because I got rid of I used to have all speaking of other two-player games, I used to have all Dice Throne,
Oh,
and I tried getting all Unmatched, and then I realized I have a bunch of boxes, and I'm investing a lot of money in both of these games, and
yeah.
I'm not playing them ever. So,
Yeah.
what I did is I kept 1 Unmatched box.
Okay.
I sold the rest. I even had the crate from Game Found that's very hard and difficult to
Oh,
get. I sold it.
wow.
I had it all. I still have Deadpool and Bruce Lee from
Yes.
Unmatched.
Yep.
Like, they're
The
they're
highest price
reprinting right
ones.
now,
Yeah.
but they're like, yeah, they were going for like 500, and I have them right behind me. So,
Nice.
like, I collected all of them. I kept this one. I kept this game.
Oh, okay.
I kept the Jurassic Park, T-Rex one.
Yes.
And I kept Bruce Lee and Deadpool because of monetary reasons. So
Yeah.
like I kept those, but this is the game that I was like, you know what? I could see myself playing this one again.
Yeah.
And then for Dice Throne, I kept the Marvel box and the new X-Men box, and I just got Deadpool. I'm still buying the games I said I don't play, but I don't know. But that's how board gaming is sometimes. But like then I sold like season 2 and most of season 1. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, anyway.
I love that.
But yeah, yeah, this one is a good one, even if you don't play Unmatched regularly.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Is the whole
agree.
point I was trying to make.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And that's like if I end up selling, like I don't have everything, but I do have quite a few. But if I do end up selling, the only one I would keep, of course, with this one, exactly like you, Tales to Amaze, I would keep this, and also I also have the Bruce Lee and the Deadpool figures as well.
You okay?
Yeah,
Okay, we're
yeah,
like the same exact. Do we have the
totally.
same collection?
Pretty much, I think. I also have the Jurassic Park one, so.
You just have El Grande, and I don't have El Grande. That's the difference.
Right. So yeah, Unmatched Adventures, folks. We think it's a terrific game. Definitely one you should check out if you haven't played already. I don't know, Bonds. If someone had never played Unmatched before, would you recommend this or like just one of the basic 2-player competitive games?
The 2-player.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I would.
And then
Yeah,
if you
it's
like
very
that,
straightforward.
yep. And then if you like
Have
that,
you played the
perhaps this.
app? I
I
think there's an
haven't.
app
No.
now.
How is it?
No, I don't know. I
Oh,
would play it.
got it. Okay,
I
folks.
think some games I don't like as board games as much as I like as apps.
Agreed. Yeah. Any game where I have to shuffle a lot of cards, I usually prefer the app. But any game where I don't have to shuffle too many cards, I'm okay. Well, most of the games
Yeah.
I like.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently the app is pretty buggy, to be honest. Okay.
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 So
Well.
to be worked on apparently. But
Mhm.
hey, cool. All right. So those are our number 5s. Let's move on to number 4. We're gonna toss it over back to Bonds.
Yeah, so the next game for my number 4 is called Mino Dice.
Mm-hmm.
This game is one of those great games that you can play late at night and you are just chucking dice, but it is very, very important what dice you roll. You also have little screens to hide your dice
Ooh.
from everyone else, and the dice are unique. So, this is a trick taking game with dice. You are calling how many tricks you'll be able to get. Depending on what you roll and what everyone else rolls, that'll determine who wins that trick, and that is the whole game.
Wow, really? That sounds awesome. Like I
Yeah.
yeah, I'd heard about this game. I had no idea what it was, but the whole trick taking thing, that looks really interesting to me. I love that.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they have a few, like, the flag is, escape, I'm pretty sure. Kinda like Skull King.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, you can escape that trick,
Yeah.
and there's 3 different powers there, and depending on which power you roll, they might dominate the other, and those would always dominate the numbers, and the numbers
Ah.
can go up to 7, but not every die there you go.
Oh,
Do
there
you
it
mind
is.
pausing on that one? Do you
Yeah.
mind pausing? Yeah, so as you can see, the red has 2 sevens, 2 sixes, and 2 fives, so those red dice are really important.
Ah.
The
Okay.
purple dice has very, very low numbers.
Yeah.
The 8 dice has those escapes, those flags.
Yeah. Oh, very
And
cool.
and then there's a squiggly line above all the colored dice or the numbered dice.
Yep.
And then you have the symbols and you have I think it was like the Minotaur, the Griffin, and one other one. And so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so depending on what you roll,
Hmm.
you'll be able to dominate the other ones. So
Wow.
that and I believe it went out of print and then or maybe like another publisher bought or whatever and then they reprinted it or it was from a different country and they're bringing it to the US. I forgot which one it was,
Okay.
but it was hard to get.
Yep.
It's going to be easier to get basically.
Okay, that's
Uh
good to know.
yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to play this one. And by the way, shout out to Alex at Bottom Shelf. He's taking a little break from content creation, but this video is beautiful. I love his work. I think he
Oh,
does.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
does very. He's
Nice.
been doing it for a while, but I know he took a little break recently. But shout out to Alex for the video. This looks great. You know, we played. Well, I don't know if it was similar, but I remember we played on Good Morning Society that game Lure, the fishing game. Didn't
Uh-huh.
we play?
Yeah, I was watching you all play that.
Oh, I
Mhm.
thought we
Or
played.
no.
Didn't we, you and I play that one? I could have sworn we did.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think we
I
did.
either well, I'm a loyal viewer, and I either saw you, Becca, play it,
You actually
or I
played
played it. I don't
it.
I don't remember. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, what
It's
you were
it's
there.
almost like I was there.
I know. But yeah, Mino Dice, I really want to get a copy of this. Well, you have a copy. I will trade you
No, I
one day.
don't.
Oh, you
I
don't have a
don't.
Oh, I thought you did.
I played my friend's copy. You
Okay.
have to be okay with luck. I
Yeah.
mean, you're literally rolling dice to like you. Okay, well, there's some luck because you
Mhm.
don't have every single dice behind your board.
Right.
You draw from a bag and make your there you go,
Yep.
Minotaur, Mermaid, or Griffin. You make your bets based on which dice you draw. So it's
Yeah.
not completely luck.
Yeah.
But then there's always a chance to roll high or low for each dice.
Yep.
So you have to, it's not 100% luck.
Yeah.
There is strategy.
Yeah. And
So
that's why I'm okay with luck. I'm totally perfectly fine. And this looks really interesting to me. I'm hoping to play it someday when we find a friend that has it. Yeah.
mhm.
Magic and Eric said it's like a trick taking party game. You have to be okay with randomness from dice rolls. Yeah, totally cool with that. Cool. Great pick, Bonds. Let's move on to my number 4, which is a game that I did a sponsored preview to, and I love this series of games, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you all do too. This one, my number 4, where'd it go? Here it is Point Galaxy from Flat Out Games. Yeah, I really enjoyed Point City, Point, what was the other one? Point Salad.
Point salad.
Yeah, the original. And then Point
Well, there's
Galaxy.
two of you.
Yes.
There's two
Oh
of
yeah,
you.
yeah. It was like my twin here.
I was tripping out. I was like, is
I
this
should
like
try
an
to
alien
imitate.
movie?
This is the paid preview I did, folks. Point Galaxy, it's the same system as the other Point games where you draft 2 cards every turn from the market. And then you put it into your tableau. But where this is different is how you place it in your tableau. So you are building little solar systems, and in your solar system you have a sun, then you have the different planets. The planets are numbered, so you have to get them in ascending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or descending 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 order. And then within that, you can have black holes, moons, asteroids, all kinds of different scoring options. This one I feel like is definitely the crunchiest of the Point games. Point Salad, super light drafting game set collection. Point City, a little heavier, more engine building in that one with resources and stuff. Point Galaxy, really, it's a terrific puzzle. This is the solo run through I did. I've also played it at 3 and 4 players. It works just as fine. It is
Okay.
terrific. Yeah, terrific.
I've never played any of the Point games. I do
Oh,
own a couple.
okay.
Um, and I really, really want to own this one instead of all the others, not just because you said it was more strategic or puzzly, which I think I'd rather have that,
Yeah.
but because people from the Twitch community are named on some of these cards.
Wait, what? Really? I didn't know.
Kestrel, Kestrel and a loan shark.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Darn it. I wish I would have known that. I would have highlighted. You don't know how I think about it, Bonds. I might have come across, is Kestrel like one of the planets?
Yes.
Oh, then I did see her planet. Oh my
Yeah, I'm
gosh.
trying to find it right now in the video while I'm watching this video right
Wow.
now.
Wow. And then does
Yeah,
it say a lone shark as a planet or?
I can't remember if it's a loan shark or shark something. I don't have the game, so I
Yeah.
don't remember, but I remember them posting about it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to get this because they're in it."
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's such a cool fact. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm looking forward to the final version. This was obviously a prototype, but it was really close to the final version. But excellent game. Bonds, I highly recommend playing all 3 of them. Honestly, I like them all. As Point Salad, one of the best
Okay.
intro games you can play with new gamers. Point City, I think it's a light engine builder, which is terrific. But Point Galaxy, just knowing you will definitely love Point Galaxy the best.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
cool. All right, that's number 4. Let's move on to our top 3 now, folks. We're getting closer to the top here. And number 3 with Bonds.
So my number 3 that I played in March is Galactic Cruise.
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
this game, I backed the dollar entry level to see if I should back it like later.
Uh-huh.
And all play keeps on emailing me being like, complete your purchase or whatever. And I'm like, but I want the deluxe edition and it's like $200
Oh my
and
gosh.
I don't want the base edition. Yeah, it's really expensive if you buy the
Yeah.
deluxe. And I want the playmat and everything. So I have not completed my late pledge, my pledge
Mm.
manager for this game. I am bad. I am bad. I'm sorry, Kickstarter, board game, everyone. I'm sorry. Okay, confession. I don't know what to do. It's just sitting in my all play inbox. Anyway, okay. Got that over with. I don't know
Okay.
what I'm gonna do. I love this game. It's so hard. I sucked at it, but it was my first playthrough.
Mm.
And Apocalyptic Blonde and their crew taught me this game. And I
Oh.
got to play with Games Mama, Apocalyptic Blonde, and I can't remember if I think Ignito was and Gator Dave or no, Ignito was at the other table. But like
Mhm.
this was at Dice Tower West, and there was a
Okay.
whole bunch of us in the same room, and there was like two tables going at the same time. And it
Nice.
was it was just so like so strategic and so good, and I loved it. It takes up a lot of space. It's beautiful, and that's what I have to say about it. You're building a rocket ship and you're sending people off.
Hey, I'm the theme I'm all into, and yes, the crunchy Euro goodness of this game, and beautiful. I'm just a beautiful presentation. Now, I've seen this at table. It's a big, it's a big table
Yes.
presence, right? And there's a lot going on. By the way, this is Monique and Naveen's videos. Shout out to them to teach their teach and play. This looks awesome. I want to play it as well. I can't wait to try it, but yeah, I don't know if I can afford the $200 to get the deluxe
It
copy.
also the box is kind of big, but I was
Mhm.
looking at the deluxe edition. I don't know the non-deluxe.
Yeah.
Now, Imagine Eric made a great comment. I'd like to try Galactic Cruise, but the required table space, heaviness, and game length all scare me. What I recommend is when if you ever can get taught this game at a board game store with someone else's copy or at a convention or anything like that, that's what I did.
Hmm.
Apocalyptic Blonde, their group taught me this game. I
Oh,
don't own this
nice.
game. I wouldn't be able to reteach it. I barely knew what I was doing the entire time, but someone was there and they were basically like holding my hand throughout the entire game, being like, yes, that's allowed. No, that's not allowed. This is why you want to do this. This is why you might not want to do that. They weren't telling me what to do, but they were
Yep.
like just helping me learn as I was playing. Those types of circumstances are so wonderful. We should never take them for granted. It is a
Agreed.
luxury to board gaming.
Agreed.
The high complexity level for this game is intimidating, but when someone can teach you this, it makes it way more enjoyable, and it would be okay. It's not a Lacerda, even though someone said it's a Lacerda without being a Lacerda. I've never played a Lacerda game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I never have.
Yeah.
But I do love this one, and I really like, if you follow Ian O'Toole
Hmm.
on Instagram, Ian O'Toole always reposts, people playing this game, and
Yep.
it, like, doesn't help my cart and I'll play. I'm still not gonna buy it, though. I don't know. I really wanna buy it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. People talking about it's very Lacerda like in game in heaviness and whatnot. And you made another great point, Bonds, as far as having someone that'll teach you these heavy games. It really is truly a luxury, and it's very well. I don't know. It just speaks well of the board game community that people are willing to take the time and teach you this a game like this. I had a similar experience last year at the World Series of Board Gaming. I was playing for the first time a Lacerda game called Vinos, which I've always wanted to play. And thankfully, Casey, Brain in a Jar, was there. She loves Lacerdas. So she taught me, Benita, and Jake from the Good Time Society. The teach was like almost an hour by itself. It was a long teach, but she was awesome because she knew that game inside and out. So whenever anyone else had a question, she was able to answer it, or at least knew where to look it up in the rule book. And I had the best experience. Again, I lost, but I had a wonderful experience with that game. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
gigantic. It
It
was enormous, but it was wonderful.
one of those that's one of those circumstances, where, like, winning is not the priority.
No, no, not at
It
all.
is learning the game and
Yeah,
comprehending what you're doing for the
exactly.
next couple hours. Like,
Yep,
if you can do that, that is a win right there.
exactly, exactly. Great choice, Bonds. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Galactic Cruise at some point and hopefully have someone teach that to me. Okay, let's move on to my number 3, which is on the opposite end of Galactic Cruise. So this is a super light game, but it has a little bit of crunchiness to it too, called Good Puppers 2. I love this game. This is so cute. Of course, I'm going to highlight a game with a pug on it, folks. Come on, you all know me. Love my pugs. Hey, there's my twin right next to me right there. Good Puppers 2 is a hand management game and set collection, but it does something really clever in that the cards, you have an immediate an action that you can take, But then as you play more into your tableau, so if I had one pug and I played another pug, now that counts as two pugs, and that's going to give my pug action a little more juice to it, a little more power. And every single breed has that, and you're going to set yourself up towards the end game where you can start, burying more bones, which is the victory points in this game. And as you go through it, you see all the different dogs, and you try to work the dogs hopefully in the right order or the right combinations where you can score the most points. I did a solo version of this one. This is like a puzzle mode. There's another one. I think Bonds, did you do the other solo mode for this game?
I did both versions multiple times.
Nice. Yeah. So there you go, folks. We're both dog lovers. I love this game. I thought it was really clever. Again, it seems like a simple game, but there's a lot more to it than you think, and that's good Puppers too.
hmm And they, Chris from Osmati Games designed it. And then there were two different artists, and they did a wonderful job.
Yes.
They had a recent Kickstarter, and they were, I don't know if the Kickstarter is still going,
Hmm.
but they did have a recent Kickstarter, and they did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've played a multiplayer too. I played it at 3-player, and
Yep.
then I played both versions solo mode, and both are good.
Yeah.
I played it with Liesel actually from the
Oh, cool.
community.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Michelle and I, we played this recently at a party, and we brought it, and of course everyone just sees dogs and just go goo goo gaga, and it was fun. But again, it's more than you think it is, folks, so give it a shot. That is Good Puppers 2 from Osmati Games. I'm gonna come back over here, and we got a couple more games to talk about. These are our top two, and I'm gonna throw it back over to Bonds for her second game on the list here, or the number 2 game on the list for her.
My number 2 game for March is Nova Era.
Ooh.
I love this game. I feel like this game needs more advertising
Hmm.
because I feel like people don't know about it. This game is new. It
Yeah.
just came out. And have you played this one?
No, I
Real.
haven't, and I've only heard about it, and it's
Okay.
because of this video right here. This is Rahdo's video. That's the only place I saw it before it released.
So I'm supposed to make a video about it, but I
Oh,
just haven't yet. So
okay, fair enough.
but I brought it to Dice Tower West and showed people the game, and I
Okay,
played it at Dice Tower West, so I feel like I did some part in helping this
totally.
game. This game reminds me of a little bit of Seven Wonders.
Oh, 7 1. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like Seven Wonders, but its own version, and you have dice,
Hmm.
and those dice allow you to do different things, and depending on what color and what number, you also don't want to start a riot, so you have
Okay,
that track there that they're pointing at, and
nice.
you also have those cards on the right where you can draft starting from the bottom up for each column, and those cards allow you to do different things. Wow, it's almost like I've never seen this video before, and I'm explaining it as he's pointing to
It's
each
perfect
thing that
timing. Yeah.
yeah. So the cards, depending on what color or symbol they have, will go in their own slots on your board, and those slots do different things, almost like Seven Wonders. And there's
Nice.
3 different eras, and then
Okay.
each era you can upgrade your cards. And if you have a symbol from the previous era, you can easily add it to your tableau. You don't need to pay for it because you had the previous era's thing. And so
Mm,
you also have cards in your hand, and you can play cards from your hand. And there's also tracks there, the colored columns in the
hmm.
middle. If they reach the bottom, that's bad. So you don't want those little circles to reach the bottom of each column because that means something like a disaster happened.
Okay.
And resources allow you to do more and more things, and they also allow you to gain rewards. There's people above those 3 circled discs. So there's people above there that
Mhm.
are like special to that era who can help you and give you more victory points. And the
Oh,
victory point track is right in the middle on the bottom. That numbered
nice.
thing, that's a victory point track.
Okay. So yeah, you had me at like it's similar to Seven Wonders. Now I love Seven. I should back that up. I love Seven Wonders Duel and also Lord of the Rings of the Quest or Duel for Middle Earth. I love those games. And this, yeah, it looks like Seven Wonders to me, where you are building up, a tableau of cards, and you're going, trying to score points in different eras. But
Mhm.
obviously, according to you, well, I mean, I get the sense, Bonds, you like this a lot better than Seven Wonders.
I do. It is more strategic for me,
Yeah,
and it feels more of like a board game rather than like a card game.
yeah,
I feel like Seven Wonders is more of like a tableau card game. This one
yeah,
has other components to it. I love using things with dice, and
yes.
this one relies on dice for your actions every single turn. And I would not compare it to Seven Wonders Duel though. It's not anything
Okay.
like the Duel games. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, definitely a game I want to check out. My number two is a game that is on Kickstarter. I think they just closed the campaign. I did a paid preview of this. I really enjoyed this one. The theme, number one, got me. It is my number two, Pirates of the High Teas. I mean,
Ooh.
any kind of food or drink game, you're going to get me right there. But then when you throw in pirates and do this really cool action selection mechanism, and this is the preview I did for the solo game. I played this at 1, 2, and 3. I think I played. I think I played all player counts, but it works well.
Wow.
It's yeah. It's this is one of the games I brought to Dice Tower West. Taught it a couple of times, played it a couple of times, and we all had a great had positive feedback. Everyone really enjoyed this. You just send your little pirate meeple out to the ship to one of the action spots. Then in turn order, you're going to take the actions, which is gathering resources for your meals, gathering teas that match those meals, and then finally, hopefully, serving the captain a meal that matches the tea for the most points possible. The key here are the little gears or tokens, such as the parrot, the cannon, and I forget the other one. Those three give you free actions. So when you start, you're gonna be like, I only have one action per turn. This is not, what am I gonna do? But the free actions are really where it's at. You're trying to puzzle it out in order to be the most efficient. So it's a really good game, folks. I was very impressed by this. This is from Emily Vincent, the designer of Knitting Circle, which was this the standalone sequel to Calico. So I think Emily is one of those designers you got to keep an eye on. She's doing some really good work, and that's why it's my number two for the month. Pirates of the High Teas.
Oh, I was gonna say too, the desserts are very, very important in this game.
Yes,
They're from different cultures all around the world,
yes,
and she did extensive research, and the art is accurate, and they did a wonderful job. So even if you're not necessarily a tea person, go to this game for the desserts.
yeah.
I mean, you're gonna learn about desserts from all around the world.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great point. Now, Bonzi, did you do a video for this? I forget if you did or a live stream.
I played this game with Panda, and Cribbage and Moore was there actually, and Cribbage and Moore slaughtered us.
Nice. Yeah,
Good job, Cribbage and Moore.
shout out to John. Yeah. Um, I think it was a big hit. I remember that she had funded a ton, like, started with like a really, I felt a very conservative goal of like 10 or 20,000. They're at almost at 200,000 last I checked. So shout out to
Wow,
Emily. Yeah,
really?
congrats. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Courage
Yeah.
More in chat right now. Yeah, fun game for sure. So that's my number two for the month, Pirates of the High Teas. We've got one more game each, folks, and then we're gonna let Bonds go, and we're gonna talk about. Then I'll hang out with you all and talk about the games you played. Also, we're gonna do a giveaway for a digital game, so stick around for that. We'll do a duck race and see who wins a copy of a digital game on Steam. All right, Bonds, what do you got for our number one for your number one for the month?
My number 1 for March is Super Boss Monster.
Yeah, nice. I love this game. Spoiler
This
alert.
game is I've played this game on TTS a long time ago at 3 player, and then I played the physical copy solo mode multiple times, and I really enjoy the solo mode for this game. Not only
Oh.
is it visually beautiful, but it feels good to do well in this game. And I like solo games where you strive to do well and it rewards you well.
Yeah.
And every move is important, but it gives you some leeway. If you make a wrong move, you're not going to lose the entire game. So I like that it's a little bit forgiving, but
Mhm.
it's also such a fun theme, and when you win, it feels good.
Yeah, I I haven't played the solo version of this game, and I'm glad you brought that up because I really wanted to play that. Because so this is the video we did for Good Time Society with one of the designers over there, Brotherwise Games. Beck and I played with Chris there, and I remember playing it. And I really liked this. I liked it better than the original Boss Monster just because there's a couple of added features there. But as far as the solo, how did it take? Was it like way short, Bonds? I feel like this game was probably about 30, 40 minutes solo. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was able to play, let's see, I played 3 or 4 times. So when I play the solo games, it's always during a stream. My streams are 4 hours. I I talked beforehand, I just blabbed. Then I relearned the game because I hadn't played in, like, a year,
Yeah.
and then I had to learn the solo version, and I did it on stream, and I was still able to play 3 to 4 games.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
at the very end, I call them blitz. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I need to win," and then I'll just, like, go through the game super quickly by myself, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Brotherwise Games does a really good job at making solo versions of their games that I like.
Yes.
So another one is Adulthood, which I played
Yes.
this month in April, and I just played the solo mode. I learned it at 2 player, and I've played it at 2 player with Liesel. And so
Mhm.
when I played a solo mode, I was like, okay, let's see if I can do this. It is so difficult, but like you want to do well.
Yeah.
And I really like, I know I'm talking about adulthood now, but like Super Boss Monster, Adulthood, Brotherwise Games, they make amazing games. I've enjoyed them. I want to play Mistborn, the deck building game. I haven't played that one yet.
Oh, yeah, that one's on my list as well. I can't wait to play that.
Really?
Yeah, but you're right
Yeah.
about adulthood. Adulthood was fantastic solo as well. I really enjoyed that game.
Oh, you played it solo?
Yeah, I
Did you
did a
win?
stream. I did a stream adulthood, and I don't remember what my score was. Yeah.
Well, I won the first time, and then I was like, "I'm gonna play it again." I lost. I played it again. I lost. I played
Oh.
it again. I lost. I was like, "I can't win anymore." And I found out, like, I'm wondering if it depends on which character you are or something. I'm like, am I
Yeah.
dating the wrong person? And I start questioning all my life choices,
Yeah.
like in real life.
Yeah. So I no, you're right though. I feel like whatever characters you interact with in that game definitely plays it definitely either helps you win or lose that game, for sure. But yeah, great call. Super Boss Monster, love it. Also, I mean, Brotherwise in general, I love their games. And again, they're based here in Southern California, so shout out to Chris and Johnny over there. Great call, Bonds. We got one more game to talk about, folks. This is my number one. This is something I'm sort of putting on here hesitantly because it's a game I didn't think I'd be into, but I loved it. It's called Star Wars Unlimited. This is the TCG, and why I'm hesitant, Bonds. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I do not want to get into a TCG because I know it's just gonna eat holes in my bank account and my wallet. Yeah, Bonds got the perfect look for it. Um, I'm scared. Bonds is gonna do something, folks. Star Wars Unlimited TCG. It's Star Wars, the card game. You're battling. You've got ground forces. You got spaceships. I love it because it was, oh my gosh, look at this. Yeah, let's go over here. Look at Bonds, folks. Is that all Star Wars stuff? Oh my goodness.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Okay, there it
And
is.
I have another one over there filled, and I have a whole drawer. I have a whole drawer.
Oh my gosh. I love
I have
it.
a whole drawer right here.
She's got
And
yeah.
I have more. I just don't want to pull them out because this is Ruel's game.
So obviously someone else enjoys this game too, folks, and I fell in love with it. I mean, yeah, I can already see my bank account in pain, much pain over the next couple of months here. Yeah, James Games, yeah, enthusiasm. I mean, enthusiasm is the perfect word to when you describe Bonds, and that type of enthusiasm I had immediately. I played over there at Critical Hit Games, Corona, California, local game store with Chris, the owner. He's a big fan. He's a bigger fan than I am. He actually named his son Anakin. That's how big of a Star Wars fan Chris is.
Wait, who?
Chris, the owner of Critical Hit Games, his son's name is Anakin. I love that. So Chris taught me Star Wars Unlimited. I was like, dang it, now I'm going to have to come down to the store every day to get packs. And oh my gosh, it was really
Anakin
good.
is a really cool name.
Yeah, isn't that great? You can call your kid Annie or Anakin. I love that. So, Bonds, you've obviously played Star Wars Unlimited. Tell me about your experience because I fell in love with this game immediately.
I never played a TCG in my life. Never
Mm-hmm.
played Magic the Gathering, nothing.
Yeah.
I went to Dice Tower West a couple years ago and Star Wars Unlimited came out. And I remember seeing it at TwitchCon. And I remember getting my card signed, actually. And
Oh.
I opened up at Dice Tower West, I opened up my first pack at a Star Wars Limited event, Games When I was sitting across from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled out a showcase. And if you don't
Wow.
know what a showcase was, I pulled out a showcase before the game was officially released
Wow.
everywhere.
Nice.
And so I remember pulling out the card and be like, oh, this one looks cool. What's this? And the entire room was silent for a split second. And then the entire room erupted in sound. And the
Nice.
guy next to me, he was so nice. He was shaking. And he was
Oh,
like, and he like pulled out like a hard plastic sleeve and he's like, I'll put it in this sleeve. And he was like doing some voodoo magic with like the sleeve thing
yeah.
and like protecting it. And then he's like, here you go. And I'll never get you shaking.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
showcase card? Which card was it? Do you
It
remember?
was Tarkin. I pulled out
Oh,
Tarkin, which
Target.
yeah, at the
Okay.
time it was $600 and now
Woo.
it's not. If
Okay.
that one dropped in price.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then playing the game is a lot of fun. I've played now a few TCGs and now I'm like, okay, like their Star Wars Unlimited has like a cool thing with it.
Yeah.
I also like I'm a little bit more versed in that whole card game
Yeah.
playing. So
Yeah.
what about you?
This was my first. I was dipping my toe into the pool of CCGs for the first time. I loved it. I think I loved it because it was just the system. It seemed really streamlined and simple, like to play. You play a card or whatever. That was it. Like there wasn't. I was thinking, oh, there's gonna be like a ton of different combos I need to worry about. No, I was able to play the game just fine for my first time through. I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. I did see where I can. Again, I feel like if I start building my decks and start, going for different certain cards, I can really build up a cool deck. But it's going to cost me some money, Bonds. So that's what I'm worried
Oh,
about.
I have some cards that I'm not using.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you can look through them.
Okay,
I want to
awesome.
show
Thank you.
you one card. I
Yeah,
forgot to
please
show
do.
you one card.
Yeah, and folks in chat, you're watching this live. Let us know what your CCGs are, what you're into these days. Love to talk about that. Imagine
Okay,
Eric, I love it. That's a hilarious comment. Oh, what's this?
wait.
Is that
That's
Luke?
the card. That's the card
Nice.
I got signed at TwitchCon before the game came out the year before.
Wow, very cool.
So this is one of the designers. I think there's like a couple of designers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. And he got it on Luke
Hmm.
Skywalker. That's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. He was just giving them away at before the game got popular.
That's really cool. I love it.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's like something special I have from that game.
Awesome. Well, Bonds, I mean, now, like, I feel like I should just say I'm hooked. Like, I really want to get into it, and I'm going to have to find out a way to take care of my new habit, which is Star Wars Unlimited. Wow for me. But anyways, folks, you've been watching Tabletop Recall. These are the games that we played in March 2025. I want to thank Bonds again for joining me today. Really appreciate your time, Bonds. Before I let you go, again, we're just over an hour right now. Please let people know, if they don't know already, where they can find you all over the interwebs.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Banzainator. All
There it
over
is,
the
folks.
interwebs. Banzainator, like the Terminator, but Banzainator.
Boom. Just like that. You have any things you want to promote, shows coming up or anything before I let you go?
I have a 5-year Twitch anniversary coming up.
Nice.
April 23, which is a Wednesday. I think that's April 23. Yes. And it'll be like a 12-hour stream. I'm starting in the morning and I'm going till at night. And there'll be a ton of giveaways from board game publishers. So if you want to stop in and hang out, you're welcome to.
Awesome. Thank you, Bonds. And folks, be sure, April 23rd, check out Bonds and, follow Bonds. She's amazing. And I do appreciate her. Appreciate you coming on, my friend. And folks, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll let Bonds go. I'm going to go get something to drink. And then we're going to come back. We'll talk about the games that you all played next month. Okay. All right. So see you in a few. Thanks, Bonds.